Hi folks, I suppose the corn was as high as an Irishman's eye. Those beans are 7 feet tall and there's the corn, so it's at least 6 feet tall because they're in a 9-inch bed. So I'm very pleased with that. Right, quick run through the garden here. You'll never grow tomatoes outside. I win. And the peas have been really good. Now, there isn't the profusion there was earlier because I've just given away about 3 big bags full of them today, and the people were very pleased they got them. So those have been a great success. They're pretty battered because the wind and rain has been really severe, but they've survived. Beetroot has been really good. I don't like beetroot, but I grow it for some friends. They say it's super. And the leeks are doing very well. Onions, super success with onions. I'm very pleased with them. And these ones here, look at that. Aren't those lovely? Those those are called Sturon, and they've done very well. Cabbages, yeah, I failed. I had to spray them. I used an insecticide because they were getting destroyed. And getting up at 4:30 in the morning, or maybe 4 o'clock when it was light, became very boring. So they're doing okay. And then tomato berries. Those are little small strawberry-like tomato. They're very sweet, and they're coming now. A bit slow, but they're coming. Some more little turnips. You see, yeah, you can just see them starting to go there. And the carrots are actually starting to come on, which is good. Another 2 rows there. Those are radishes there. They're huge, but we'll see what happens. And the corn. Corn has done very well. This is my two sisters' bed. I've got squash in the bottom. I didn't put beans in because they were too big when the corn was transplanted, so they would have overgrown them. But they seem to be going fairly well. I've got a few flowers on the squash, so we might get something yet. And the beans. These are the cobra beans. Now, there's a guy called Jason who does a series called Jason's Upside Down Garden. His YouTube name is $14, 14 DOLLARZ or Z, and it's a super little series about his experience growing stuff upside down in buckets. And he started beans. His beans looked absolutely beautiful the last time I saw them, but I warned him that they were going to fall into disrepair because the leaves fall off the beans. And then when the leaves fall off, they grow new shoots where the leaf was. Now look at this. 2 weeks ago, I took the beans off this. Now that's a good size for eating there, but they've grown into this size and this size here. So I'm not going to waste those. I'll cut those, slice them diagonally, and then put them into the freezer. Blanch them, put them in the freezer. Have those for winter time. So if to take those off tonight. Now this is in the south-facing side of the bed. If you come down here, this is north-facing, and there's much more growth at this part of the bed. And if you look down here, for Jason anyway, in here, those were all single shoots. And then as the leaves fall off, they develop new shoots in here and put more flowers out. So the leaves falling off is a good thing. It looks untidy, it looks like there's something wrong, but you actually get a lot more growth. And what I've learned here is the stuff, look at those, aren't those lovely? The beans at the back of the bed have done better than the ones at the front. So next year I'm going to put the beans over here where there's some shade cast from the trees because they seem to do better in shade. And when I planted those, the ones at the front did fairly well. Once they were established, the ones at the back started to grow really fast, and they're actually doing a lot better. You can see the amount of growth here in this area compared to up there. You know, it's a big difference. So I'm very pleased with it. So Jason, don't worry about your beans. They will be fine, and they will crawl up and bind to the stalks, the very best ever you saw. And wherever they lose a leaf, they'll put more stuff out. And there's loads and loads of beans in that. I'm very pleased. Look at this in here. There's more. Isn't that great? Okay, so turnips here, which have had major problems with cabbage white butterfly, so I've sprayed those too. Yeah, I'm a failure. And more corn. I think I've planted these two close together. Those are in 9x4, so it's 36 in that bed. I think it's overcrowded, but we'll know for next year anyway. So, and tomatoes here, those are tomato there called, that's a tomato called Red Alert. It's doing well. And there's some more Red Alerts there. What time? 5:02. We're okay. And then these are called Garden Pearl, and they're just starting now. But you can see the amount of flower in those. They're absolutely covered in flowers. So there's going to be lots of tomatoes there. Just some more tomato berries here. They're really only starting off now. Oh, there's some in there. Look at that. There's some there. Right, into the greenhouse. If you like garlic and you like chives or spring onions, garlic chives are the business. Right, greenhouse. So, things are going pretty well in here. I've got my first chili. I'm so pleased. There it is. My little chili. Oh, look at this. Another one. Oh, there's no stopping me now. So those are chilies. They've got sweet peppers at the back, and you can see that they're getting flowers on them, so that's going well. That's a chili there, and it's getting flowers. Sweet pepper. That's getting flowers too. These are some cabbages for transplanting, and the carrots are still working away down there. They're okay. Tomatoes are going very well. You can see in through there this Moneymaker, which is an old favourite, very reliable. And this one here is called Market More, and you can see here lots of tomatoes. So we've got more down in there as well. Excuse all the grunting and groaning when I bend down, but I have back problems, and when I bend down it's sore, you know. So there we are. More tomatoes in there. Those are Market More. Now these ones here, those are exactly the same as the ones outside, Gardener's Delight, and the ones outside are a lot more healthy looking. Two problems. These are basically standing in water. The floor here is slightly below, almost exactly on the water table. So whenever it rains, they get too much water. So it's hard to balance the amount of water. You can see up here, these ones here are green, they're getting dark green. These ones here are getting light green. They're getting too much water, but it's a hard one to control. Next year I'll build this soil up, and that'll be that problem solved. The cucumbers were not as prolific as I thought. I'm getting a few every day. I've given about 10 away today, so there's none left. Oh, there's one there. So those, oh, get down there. Those are good. Those are lovely actually. And that's that's about 4 inches long. It's just too big now. It should have eaten that yesterday or the day before, but it's okay. Onions, the inside onions, they're not going to do at all. I'm just going to take those out and use them up as I can, and salads and stuff. They didn't work. The peppers I was worried about are starting to come on really well. I'm quite pleased with, but what do you see? There's something here that's happened to one of them. These are the chilies here, but look at this in here. Have you seen that before, anybody? If I can get down to, yeah, that little thing coming out of the centre. It looks like a chili, but it's growing the wrong direction. So that's a bit of an unusual one for me, but these look like they're going to do fairly well. They're the best I've ever done, so I'm happy. Lettuces are starting to bolt, and if you touch them, the leaves fall off. But other than that, they're still tasty. And if I just take the leaves off and use them, there's only myself and my wife here, so there's no point in taking a whole lettuce out because we don't use half of it. So we just take leaves off as we need them. And then squash. Haven't got these out yet, but look, they're doing their bit on the bench here. So maybe they'll get a chance yet. And there's some more red alert tomatoes. I feel guilty about those ones. Those are from my mother, and I never got them into her yet, but I'll do that this week. So that's basically where things stand at the moment. And oh, giant pumpkins. They're starting to make some progress now. There's flowers on them. They've got a couple of little things have started, I think. Yeah, there we go. Where are we? I'm not very good. Yeah, there it is. Our little pumpkin there. So hopefully that'll turn into the size of an elephant or something, you know. So that's that. And final shot of the beans. So there you go. And I have to give a shout out to Ray from Minnesota. The tomatoes are fantastic. Look at this here. Just on his method of burying the tomatoes. Look at the thickness of that stem the whole way down. That's the most healthy I've ever had. So I must say thanks to Ray in Minnesota. That was a great tip. Okay, so that's it. All about to run out of time here, so more updates later. Bye bye. All the best, folks.